a conference hosted by the Global Coalition for Israel and the Legal Network includes over 300 Jewish and pro-Israel leaders and legal experts from over 30 countries around the world, with keynote speaker Elan Carr, the Trump administration's special envoy for monitoring and combating anti-Semitism, taking the stage earlier today. Our correspondent Jordana Miller is live for us in Jerusalem. And Jordana, there's a point to be made about whether it's ironic that the Trump administration, that's been criticized for maybe siding with anti-Semitic remarks over in the U.S., is leading a conference here in Israel opposing anti-Semitism. You spoke with Carr. What did he have to say about the administration's stance on this?
Well, Elan Carr, of course, defended the president and said that he has a very clear record on condemning anti-Semitism. Now, President Trump got into trouble early in his presidency when he was widely seen as hemming and hawing on condemning white nationalists at that violent and deadly march in Charlottesville. And that was something that since that incident, the president seems to have really, at every turn, been able to come down on the side of what many say is justice and really condemn anti-Semitism. We saw that after the attacks at the synagogue in Pittsburgh that killed 11 Jews and the attacks in San Diego and Poway, which killed another Jewish worshiper. So Elan Carr very much defending the president. Now, what Elan Carr really raised the alarm bells about today here was just the rising trend of anti-Semitism on American campuses, and not just anti-Semitism from the right and the left and from Islamic extremists, which is something we talk about a lot, but what he calls the kind of normalization of anti-Semitism. And that actually is something we've seen just in the last 24 hours. The actor John Cusack coming under a lot of criticism for retweeting something that is an anti-Semitic trope. He's now apologized for that. And lawmakers who are making very controversial remarks, including AOC, that Democratic freshman congresswoman who just said that kids, the U.S. is, locking kids up at the southern border like quote-unquote concentration camps. I asked Elan Carr to respond to that. Take a listen to what he had to say.
Well, I think any comparison of the United States of America to Nazi Germany is misguided in the worst way and reflects a staggering insensitivity to what was done to the Jewish people during the Holocaust, and a staggering insensitivity to American virtues and American values. Look, we're not perfect. We don't do everything right. But to even mention the United States in the same sentence as Nazi Germany, or for that matter, to compare the state of Israel to Nazi Germany, as we see anti-Semites do on a regular basis, is profoundly offensive.